What is going on, boys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the FIFA World Cup Phenoms Cup. Alright, now honestly with these ones, lads, the main tricky thing with these cups that EA release every single week is the squad builder. Alright, so hopefully today, after this video, I can help you build your squad and have you ready to go ahead and jump into this game mode. We're also going to go over the rewards, how it works, all of the standard stuff. Any unanswered questions or issues, let me know down below. Now starting off, we've got win 2 matches and that gives you a 25k pack. Winning 4 matches gives you an 83 plus pack, with 6 matches giving you a 25k. 8 matches is an 83 plus, and 10 matches gets yourself an 84 plus player. And as you can see below me, if you do manage to get all 10 wins, not only will you get all of the rewards above, but you will also get yourself a nice cheeky mega pack, aka a 35k pack, which is not too bad. 10 wins doesn't seem too tricky. Now what you're going to want to do is go ahead, play the game mode. You're going to want to go ahead on over to play, go on over to friendlies, go on over to play online, and then you should scroll over and it will be there. Now once again, the requirements are always the tricky part for it. Now as you can see, the requirements, you need World Cup players, at least 3 in your starting 11. Last time I believe it was like 6 or 7. I think it might have, was it 8? I don't even know, but it's nice to see that they've lowered that down a little bit, meaning you can have a little bit more better players, if you will. But the World Cup players are the red players with a little timer at the bottom right of it. The ones that you get like in every single pack, and they're a pain in the ass because they're player picks. The other World Cup players EA are talking about, you're only allowed at most 3 different nations. That does include the bench as well. You can have 0 lone players. If we head on over to the left, you get 4 matches remaining a day. As you can see, 4 matches, that refreshes in 23 hours and 4 minutes. So you're going to want to make sure every single day at 6 PM UK time, this refreshes. You want to make sure you play all of your games. As you can see, we've got 7 days to complete these. So if you do 7 times 4, that's 28 attempts, assuming you do not miss a day, you do not miss a match refresh. That means you're going to have 28 attempts to get 10 wins, which is more than possible. You just need to go 10 and 18. Alright, so 10 wins from 28 is respectable. EA have made it not too tricky, but I've made it, you know, you can do it. Basically, you have to win every 1 in 3 games. But as I said, the squad builder is usually the annoying part. Now for this squad builder, I will run you through the process of how you can make your own squad, because I cannot predict the World Cup players you have in your team, and obviously I cannot go ahead and, you know, give you World Cup players. You cannot buy World Cup players because they are all untradeable. You can only pack them or get them via objectives. So what you're going to want to go ahead and do is you're going to want to go ahead to a squad selector, go ahead and just make a new team. I'll just go ahead, I'll call it Cup. Why not? Just so I know, especially if you have lots of teams, make sure you give it a name so you don't confuse yourself. Now, first of all, choose a formation you're comfortable with, whether that may be your main team formation, a 4-2-3-1, a 4-2-2-2, or you're maybe just using a basic 4-4-2. I'm more than happy to use a 4-4-2, so I will go with that. Now what you're going to want to do is, first of all, search your club, your main club. Just search your players and see the best nations. Remember, you can only have it at most 3 nations, so have a look for the most common good players, or the most good players from the most common nation in your club. So we've got an Argentinian, we've got a Brazilian, another Argentinian and Papu Gomez, we've got a Frenchman, Vieira. I would love to use that Vieira card, but the thing is, do I have any other crazy Frenchmen? I don't have any other crazy Frenchmen on me, to be fair. Obviously you can go ahead to search for nations individually if you want. I cannot use loans. I could use my Benzema, he counts as a World Cup player, but in fact we're going to go for France for one of the nations. That means I can use my Vieira, that means I can use my Konate, and that means I can use my Petit. I know obviously we're going to be selecting these World Cup players shortly, but we're going to leave that out first because you want to leave the World Cup player selection till last, alright? So that's France, that's one nation. Now I think another good nation for me would probably be Brazil. Obviously everyone's club will be different, but I've got my Neymar who can go at left mid, Marquinhos can go at centre back, and I've actually got a Richarlison as well, who I can go ahead and play up top at striker. A Lucas Paqueta I can play at centre mid. So So we've got only 2 nations, and as you can see, we've got 4 positions remaining. Now remember, this actually fits absolutely perfect. Now remember, you need at least 3 World Cup players, and this is why I'm saving it for last, so you can fill out the missing positions with it. So what you'll do is World Cup player, we'll have a look at my goalkeepers. Now we need a French or Brazilian World Cup player. So I could go for Edison, Alisson, or I could go for Lloris or Mainan if I want to. We'll go for Alisson because I like him on this game. There we go. We need 2 more Brazilian or 2 more World Cup players that can be French or Brazilian. We've got Benzema. Benzema can be our striker. Why not? Benzema will be our man up top like so. We need 1 more World Cup player. Do we have a good French or Brazilian right mid? Once again, it will just be like a trial or error. Diaby will be absolutely perfect. As you can see, we've only got 2 nations, which does mean I can have any right back I want, which fits absolutely perfectly. I can use my Zambrotta. We've got 3 nations on the dot: France, Brazil, and Italy. As for the bench does count as well. If you see here, if I do put, say, an Argentinian Messi, it does count towards the countries. So your full bench for me would have to be a French, Brazilian, or Italian full bench. I'll go ahead and just go for French. Can't use Mbappe, actually. And I'll just fill up a bench with all of my current French players that are in my club, so I can go into the game. And as you can see, lads, if I just put him in here, and if I put him in here, as you can see, we've ticked it all off. We've got a Brazilian, French, Italian team. We are good to go. So just to recap, or just to repeat, search your club for your most common nation, I guess you can say, for your good players. So for me, it was France with Konate, Petit, Vieira, Brazilian with Richarlison, Neymar, Paqueta, and Marquinhos. Then what you're going to want to do, you should have 4 or maybe 3 positions left, depending on, you know, which positions you have. Once again, everyone's club will be different. You then just want to fill in the blank spots with some World Cup players, hoping you have some from the correct nations, which for me, obviously, Benzema, Diaby are French, and Alisson is Brazilian. I had a nation spare as well, so that means I could use my Italian Zambrotta. So that's a squad builder. Once again, that's just a rundown of how to make the squad builder, how I'd make the squad builder, because I cannot give you guys an exact squad builder to copy, because I do not know what your team looks like. I cannot predict that. But let's head into the tips, and there's going to be 2 really simple tips for today. And lads, the first tip is going to be custom tactics. I almost just vomited. The first tip is going to be custom tactics. Now, lads, you can set up your own custom tactics, whether you want to copy them from your main team. See, lots of these are already, done for me. Drop back, I'll just chuck that down to 45 for defensive, and I think we won't do slow build up, but we'll go for balanced. If we are going to go on our balanced ones, we'll put the depth up to 55 a little bit. We'll keep the width at 50. If we're going to go attacking, go for press after possession loss if you wish, something along those lines, just keep it at 50. Just, you know, something that you're used to, maybe copy your main team custom tactics, give your players some instructions as well. Personally, I like having my 2 strikers on stay central, I like having my 2 centre mids on cover centre, and I like having my winger on not stay wide, sorry, get in behind and get into the box for the cross. Alright, so that's personally what I'll do. Get into the box for cross and get in behind for your right mid and left mid, depending on the formation you're playing. 2 centre mids on cover centre with 2 strikers on stay central. That way you've just got some basic instructions that will work and make your team gel. Once again, just use your personal custom tactics. If you do not have any personal custom tactics, or you're not too sure with the custom tactics side of things, there's plenty of videos on YouTube. And in fact, I do have a playlist of all of my custom tactics videos, so feel free to copy some of them. And the second tip, lads, if you're using players from your main team, they'll most likely already have chem styles. My Neymar's got a Hunter, I got shadows on these lads, and Anchor on Marquinhos, etc. But for me, the World Cup players most likely will not have a chem style, so make sure you chuck the chem styles on them, lads. For example, I can go ahead, chuck a Hunter on Karim Benzema, put him up to 88 pace in game, like 93 shooting, he'll be brilliant. Diaby, I could go ahead, chuck a Deadeye on him, give him a massive shooting and passing boost. So if you do have any of the World Cup players with no chem styles on them, then make sure just to get some chem styles on them to give them that little boost. Lads, hopefully this video did help you out. Let me know if you have any further questions, but hopefully I kind of helped you with the squad builder a little bit, and obviously keeping in mind the custom tactics and chemistry styles tips that might just help you out that little much more. Alright, it's been your boy Davis, much love boys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.